Hey guys, welcome back to another video. For me, it's Friday night, so that means it's time for some pickups. Well, I just want to start this video by saying what an amazing couple of weeks it's been if you're a gamer. We had the launch of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've punched hours into that title and I've barely even scratched the surface. The game is amazing and I'm really enjoying my time with it so far. We had the return of everyone's favourite purple dragon in the form of Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy. Really looking forward to playing the first game again. I loved that one as a kid. And we also had the launch of Fallout 76. But I'm a little bit on the fence about that one. I think I'll hold off picking it up until I've seen more of the review scores on that one. I'm just not sure, so I kind of want to see how it plays out. I mean, I really enjoyed Fallout 4, so hopefully this is a bit more of the same but with friends, but I'll wait and see what happens with that one. But anyway guys, enough about that. Let's take a look at these pickups. Right, so with this first item of the video, it's something a little bit strange and unique that I didn't know existed back in the 1990s when the PlayStation 1 was at its prime. But I've managed to find a packet of PlayStation 1 disc wipes. Now, these are still sealed, they're brand new, never been opened, but the fact that they're over 20 plus years old, I'm gonna say that the disc wipes are probably all crusty and they're not going to work. But I didn't purchase these to actually use them. I purchased it more because it's kind of a novelty and I just didn't know that these existed. I've talked to a few friends on Instagram that live here in Australia and they said that these were really common in the Kmart stores that we had here, but I just don't recall seeing these at all. So back in the 1990s, if you actually purchased and used these, let me know in the comments below because you are a true PlayStation OG that is committed to the cause. Next up, I've grabbed a copy of Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX for the original PlayStation 1. And this game is very dear to my heart because back in the early 2000s, I was really heavily involved in BMX and freestyle and things like that. Every day after school, I would jump off the bus, I would race home, get changed, I would grab my bike and I would head to the local dirt jumps or skate park with friends and we would just ride for hours and hours and hours. I just loved it. And at the start of the early 2000s was when we saw the rise of a lot of extreme sport games. Now, we had extreme sport games before that, but they weren't really good. So I'm gonna say it was the rise of, well, the better extreme sport games. So that was like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX, and Matt Hoffman. And me and my friends, we would play Matt Hoffman Pro BMX for hours on end because it was really good. So if it got too dark to ride or the weather was bad, we could just sit at home on the PlayStation 1 and get our BMX fix for the day. It was really good. Love this game. I really wish I knew what actually happened to my original copy, so I'm glad to come across another one. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this next title, but I managed to pick up a copy of Runabout 2 for the PlayStation 1. And Runabout 2 is the sequel to Felony 1179. Now, I didn't own Felony 1179 back in the day. I had the demo disc, but I played the hell out of it, and I had a friend that actually owned the full version of the game, so basically I was constantly borrowing it off him, and he got a little bit sick and tired of it in the end. But Runabout 2, more of the same as Felony 1179. I do not have a problem with that. As mentioned, I loved the game. In Runabout 2, you are a delivery driver. There are 13 missions. Basically, you have to get from point A to point B in a certain time frame, and it doesn't matter how you achieve that. Basically, the game has incredibly destructive environments. You can create all your own shortcuts. You can crash through shopping malls. You can jump off bridges. You can drive across beaches and basically just wreak all types of havoc. It is a really good game, and I didn't even know Runabout 2 existed. Like, I just didn't see any advertisement about it. I was just basically browsing online and I stumbled across the game. So as soon as I've seen it, I've grabbed a copy. Cannot wait to play it. And I also then found out that there was a third Runabout game that was on the PlayStation 2. So definitely going to be hunting down that title next. A little bit of love for the PlayStation 4 now. I've grabbed a copy of Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this. We all know what it is. Basically, since its announcement, it's been plastered all over major gaming websites everywhere. Now, as a kid, I played the original Spyro quite a bit, so that's where most of the nostalgia lies for me. I've never actually played or finished the second and the third games in the Spyro franchise, so it'll be a first for me actually playing through those games on the Reignited Trilogy. However, I just have one gripe about this. I'm not going to go too into it. I don't want to be all negative or anything like that, but it's kind of annoying that the second and third games are digital download only. I mean, I don't really understand. On Crash the Insane Trilogy, all three games, the whole trilogy was on the one disc, but they couldn't manage to do that with Spyro. And they did delay this for a while, so I figured, well, maybe the delay is because they're going to put all three games on the one disc. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I don't know, maybe the file size was too large for it to fit on the Blu-ray. I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm not a developer, but anyway, for the price I paid for this, I figured it was probably worth it just for the original Spyro game alone, and as mentioned, that's where most of the nostalgia lies for me. Okay, a piece of hardware next. Nothing major, just a lonely little PlayStation 2 memory card. Now this one is in transparent blue. Unfortunately, it's got a lot of sticker gunk on it, so I need to get that cleaned up. But this week I was in my local second-hand store just looking for some games. I walked past the glass cabinet where they just keep kind of a mess of stuff from games to cameras, model trains, all types of junk. And this was sitting in the corner, and I don't actually own the transparent blue variation. I don't know why, but I decided to pick it up because the price was right. But memory cards definitely bring back a lot of nostalgic feelings for me. It was just such a simpler time in gaming. I really, really miss these things. Rounding out the video now with one last game for the PlayStation 1. It is Gauntlet Legends. Now this was released by Atari in 1998 for the arcades and was later ported to consoles in 1999 by Midway. So that was the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64 and the Dreamcast. Now I actually haven't played this game before, but it's an action/dungeon crawler, and dungeon crawlers are one of my favorite genre of games to play. I really, really enjoy them. Now the PlayStation 1 version also has 2 players, so 2 players can play on the same screen at once, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go with friends. But the game did, unfortunately, it got average review scores. I wouldn't say they were bad, I'll just say they were average. But I'm going to sit down and play it first before I make my mind up about it. I'm not going to let those review scores kind of influence me. I'm the type of person I really do like to kind of sit down and experience the games for myself. But I will be playing this over the Christmas break, so looking forward to trying this one out. Well, that is it for today's video. Sound off in the comments below. What have you picked up recently and what have you been playing? Myself, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, basically non-stop. I've poured hours into that game and it basically feels like I've gotten nowhere, but that's probably because I'm just running around. I'm not doing the main missions properly and I'm just harassing the townsfolk and basically causing a lot of problems, but having a ton of fun with that game. Another thing as well, what do you guys think of Sony's announcement that they will not be attending E3 2019? What do you reckon? Let me know. Personally, I'm not really bummed out about it at all. If anything, I'm probably a little bit excited and intrigued. I mean, what are they planning to do? Is it going to be kind of a standalone event? Are we going to see a big announcement of the PlayStation 5? Who knows, but I think they definitely have something cooking there, so it should be something to watch out for. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, remember to keep that positivity flowing, and I'll see you next time with more PlayStation content.